Each year, approximately 47 million plastic bags are distributed in the city of Santa Barbara alone. Less than 5% of those bags get recycled, meaning the majority of them end up in landfills, or worse, as litter that ultimately ends up in our waterways.
It's important to decrease the use of single-use bags in our community because for what they are, which is essentially a throwaway item, they have a real disproportionate impact both on our environment in terms of they end up in trees, they blow out of trash cans, so they do end up as litter quite easily because of what they are. And then ultimately for us as a beach community, they end up in the ocean where they do even more harm.
For this reason, among many others, City Council adopted the Single-Use Carryout Bag Ordinance on October 15th of last year.
So the Single-Use Carryout Bag Ordinance is an ordinance that the City Council adopted in October. It would ban the distribution of single-use plastic bags in grocery stores and small mini-marts. It would apply a 10-cent fee on paper bags for those that didn't opt to bring their own reusable bag, which is really the goal of the ordinance, is to encourage the use of multi-use bags instead of the single-use plastic bags that we have now. The funds that would be generated by that 10-cent fee would be retained by the store, not the city, in order to offset the cost of complying with the ordinance, like purchasing new bags that are recyclable and keeping track of how many that they distribute per year and things like that.
The ordinance defines single-use carryout bags as any bag made predominantly of plastic derived from petroleum, natural gas, or a biologically based source, such as corn or other plant sources, which is provided to a customer at the point of sale.
The bags that are being banned under this ordinance are really the traditional single-use plastic grocery bag that everybody's aware of. We do have exemptions in the ordinance, and a couple of those are the meat and produce bags that people will get at the grocery store. Those are exempt. Medication bags, because of privacy laws, those are exempt. And also carry-out bags from restaurants. Those are the primary exemptions that we would have.
Our consumers can actually bring plastic bags in. So if they've collected them over years and have them in a drawer, their junk drawer, they can bring them back and we'll actually bag their groceries in that. They can bring in a suitcase, they can bring in a laundry basket, they can actually just put it back like some retailers, they can actually put the products back in the basket and just push it out to their car. We'd prefer reusable bags though.
The ordinance will go into effect on May 14th for 18 large grocery stores and pharmacies throughout the city and will be followed by smaller stores, including mini-marts and liquor stores, beginning November 14th.
Starting 2.5 years ago, since then we've had about 33 stores go plastic bag ban. At the beginning it was a little bit of a change for our consumers and our customers, but I think overall today, I think they've mainly accepted the plastic bag and know what's coming in the future.
Well, we actually do it a little bit differently than maybe some stores do. We start by hiding the plastic bags a week before we actually start the bag ban. And that helps our customers to become used to the fact that they won't have plastic available anymore while still having the option, if they so choose, to have it free of charge. Then, when we have the changeover to include a 10-cent per bag paper charge, it's not quite as much of a shock. So first, plastic will disappear. And then second, we'll start the paper bag fee.
There are a variety of ways for residents to buy affordable bags or even receive a free bag.
There is a provision in the law that people who are on food assistance programs do not have to pay for the bags. That's one thing. So they could still continue to get paper bags at stores free of charge.
If you'd prefer to bring your own bag, there are stores all over the city that have great prices on reusable bags.
Starting 7 days prior to the ban here in Santa Barbara, Albertsons will be having a program. For every $20 purchase you have, we will give you a reusable bag. Now, it's a very inexpensive bag, but for those that can't afford it, if they spend $20, if they spend $40, they'll get 2. So for 7 days prior to and the 7 days after the ban, Albertsons will be giving away reusable bags to our customers.
There will be a lot of distribution of reusable bags by the city, by other groups over the next several months. And we've been doing that through the Where's Your Bag program since 2009. Already we've given out more than 10,000 bags. If you come to the Earth Day Festival in Alameda Park on April 26th and 27th, a lot of groups will be giving out reusable bags, including the City of Santa Barbara, Sprout Up, probably Channel Keeper. A lot of other groups will be providing bags to people who need them.
This isn't a new idea. Many other cities, such as San Jose and Los Angeles, have already implemented the ordinance and are seeing significant results.
So the first ordinance started in Calabasas, and that was in July 1st, 2011. That was a real learning experience for us because it was the first time that we had a reusable bag that needed to be implemented beyond just our normal Gelson's bag. So we brought in there a lower cost bag, which is 3 for $1, just in case somebody forgot the bag. I'd say the biggest challenge was in encouraging customers to remember to bring the bag in from their car or from their house to the store. So while we got the customers transitioned to remembering to bring their reusable bag, we made sure we had plenty of options available. After Calabasas, the rest of them have been relatively easy to implement.
Implementation of the ordinance in other places around the state has gone really smoothly. From a small town like Calabasas to a very large city like San Jose, we have talked to city staff in those places, and really it's been seamless. Within a few months of the ordinance going into effect, more than 90% of the people are bringing their own bags to the stores.
Adopting this new habit will ultimately benefit our entire community.
According to the Environmental Impact Report, this ordinance is expected to reduce plastic bag consumption in Santa Barbara by 90%. We currently use 47 million bags per year here, and this will take us down to fewer than 5 million. And 5 million is still enough for people to have bags for secondary uses like cleaning up after their dogs or taking their lunch to work.
Although implementation of the ordinance does not begin in Santa Barbara until May, many people are already on board. So I see that you've brought your own bag here. Why did you bring your own bag today?
Because, like, if you use plastic bags, sometimes you can not, like, reuse them, but, like, it can also pollute. So it's better to use regular bags. So, yeah.
I think a lot of people could actually, like, use reusable bags a lot more and, like, stop wasting so many bags. I mean, it's probably, like, in the thousands or something, like, every year that we, like, waste, you know, because people just throw them away. They don't even recycle them.
Definitely a good idea. I think it makes people think a little bit more about the waste and reusing things and recycling and all that. So not necessarily a bad thing unless you're not prepared.
If we're going to continue to extract fossil fuels, we should use them wisely. And plastic bags are not a wise use of fossil fuels when you consider that they're meant to be used once and then tossed. And more than 95% of them do not get recycled. So it's just not a practical product in today's world.